Hey y'all, Ashley here. Hope you're doing well. So I have been making these shaker envelopes and I shared these on my Instagram. And I made them kind of like tone on tone with these little cards inside. The cards are a Scrap Diva Designs die, conversation hearts. And I'll leave a link down below along with the discount code Ashley10. But I'm not going to talk too much about these today. I just used the die as is and then made a little flap to turn it into a card. But I thought I would share more about the envelopes. So as far as the papers used, I've been using this baby collection. It's a girl. I haven't made any baby themed projects with it yet. I've just been using it just for the colors. So that's the paper, and then the embellishments are Rosie Studio, one of a kind. So that's what the butterflies are. I'm going to embellish a little differently today because I don't think I have enough butterflies left. But yeah, that's how I just kind of did like a tone in tone, tone on tone look for all of them, and then added in some charms. And so let's make one more today. So I pulled out this Paige Evans. It's like really old pink paisley Paige Evans paper. I have some really old paper from them, and I'm going to try to use them up in some of these upcoming videos. But yeah, so I pulled out some old paper, and I'm going to also pull out my We Are Memory Keepers punch board, envelope punch board, and my paper trimmer. And I'm going to use the second option. I've been using that one. So it's for card size, so it's 2.5 by 3. The paper size you need is 5 1/8 inch. The punch guide is 2 3/8. So let's first trim down our paper. Okay, 5 1/8 square. And then two 3/8. Okay, so we have our album, our envelope. I'm just gonna fold up the corners here. Okay, so you definitely don't fold up this last flap because we're gonna leave that for the shaker bit. This is just a personal pet peeve of mine. You could make your shaker right onto the envelope if you want, but I just don't like how you can see this line here. And I just also want to make the backing a little bit more firm. So what I do is I just trace this image exactly. I just trace it onto a plain piece of cardstock, and cut that out. So I already have one from one of the other ones that I did. Let me make sure it fits. Yeah, I think so. Maybe I need to trim it a little bit. Actually, maybe it's fine. Should I do it this way or this way? Okay, I think I'm gonna use the side, and yeah, I'm gonna just try just a teeny tiny amount. It's gonna be such a small amount, but okay. So that fits in really nicely, and everything folds down really easily. Okay, then let's turn this part into a shaker. So I'm gonna use a little bit of a page protector. You can use acetate, you can use tulle, you can use whatever whatever kind of clear material you have, but I'm gonna use this little piece of this little square piece of page protector. And this is This is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 ish. And I'm just going to line this up like that. And then I'm just going to trace this image. And I made 3 of these envelopes before, so technically I should already have a piece that's the size, but I can't find it. So I'm just going to make another one. So there we go. We have our little shaker cover. You can trim it further once we've stitched it, but I'm going to just give myself a basic outline. And then now I'm going to stitch this on. Just going to make sure everything is lined up and then do a zigzag stitch. Okay, so this is what it looks like now, if you can see. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and fill it in with a little bit of a shaker mix. If you saw my last Temu haul, you'll see some of the sequins that I just hauled in the shaker mix, actually, including one of the kind of coral ones I wasn't so sure about, actually, but I end up already using it, so that's good. So I'm just gonna make sure this is enough. This looks pretty full. Do I want to add in maybe a little bit more? Maybe just a tiny bit more. I have this whole big batch of sequins that I made in this cup, so it's not quite exactly the same mix, but it's got a lot of similar ones, so I think that works. Okay, so I think that's good. Okay, so now let's close this shut. Just gonna make a note of exactly where we need to make sure the sequence falls down to. Yeah. Okay, good. So let me stitch this guy shut. Oops, sorry. Let's get this guy back out. So shut. And this part you shouldn't be able to see, so I'm just going to use a simple straight stitch. Okay. And then let's get this in here, make sure that looks good. Yeah, looks really good. So let's glue this down, clean this up a little bit and glue it down. I'm going to just clean up the threads a little bit here. Just pull all the threads back and then trim. Doesn't need to be perfect, but just, they're going to get kind of stuck on whatever you put inside the envelope later. So we might as well have them all cleaned up. Okay, that looks good. Now, all I'm going to do is just glue this right down onto my envelope. Before I do that, I'm going to do some extra stitching on the envelope too, just to mirror these ones. So I just did some straight stitching around the sides and then some zigzag stitching on the bottom. So I'm going to do that again here. Okay. I was doing good until this part, and I got a little bit crooked there, but that's okay. It's going to end up getting covered by the embellishing. So it's just like a little touch that you'll see behind all the embellishing. I'm not going to cut the strings so cleanly because I don't mind these ones popping out a little bit at the bottom. So, but I will just trim them a little bit, just so they're not too crazy. Okay. So, here we go. I don't really like these ones at the top too much. Let's get this trimmed down. So here's our envelope all stitched. Now let's add in our shaker part. I'm going to glue down using some liquid glue, using my Tombow Mono glue, which is my favorite liquid glue. Let me grab it. This one I think is pretty, this one I think needs to be tossed. I think this one's done. Grab this one. Oh, this one's also good. Oh, there we go. I'm just gonna glue all around the sides. I'm using my Tombow glue because I think it's my strongest glue. I trust the hold of it, and I just want to make sure this definitely doesn't come off at all or like pop up a little. So I'm going really close to the edges here, and then I'll do a little bit all over here. Okay. Just stick that down. Just gonna clean this up a little bit. Okay. Okay. Cute, cute, cute. Now let's adhere this part down. Okay, and then for the flaps, I'm gonna add in some double-sided sticky tape. Okay, so then that's our base done. Now I'm just gonna add in a tiny bit of embellishing and we should be good to go. So let's do here again, like some old Paige Evans products. I don't know if she would even call this her style anymore because I think this is like kind of like very, very old stuff from her, but I am trying to use up my stash, so let's get some good use out of these things if we can. Okay, that looks pretty good. These are kind of, these are stickers that I just backed on cardstock, so I can more easily play with it until I commit to something. These three are stickers I backed on cardstock and then stitched. Okay. I think that seems pretty good. So the only thing I'm going to do though is add some cardstock to this one, so that way the sticky part doesn't stick to the shaker. Do I have some scraps somewhere? Oh yeah. I'm not going to back the whole thing. I just need to back a little bit of it, so the sticky part will go on the envelope, and then the non-sticky part will go on the shaker portion. Okay. I think that all looks good. I'm just going to add some foam tape. Okay, so everything is all glued down. I actually love how this is looking so far. I didn't stick with the whole tone-on-tone thing, but I am loving this combination. And I'm even using like some orange and stuff, which is not typically a color I feel like that I craft with that much. Okay, so I think let's just add the finishing touch, which is some charms. So I'm going to add it over here, I think on this side again. And I'm just going to kind of go where one of the stitches is by the corner, and then just pop a little bigger hole so I can attach my link. And then I pulled out a couple charms. I've got one of my recently hauled charms, and then I have this old one from my stash. I don't remember where it's from, but it's this little fox, which I think is like so perfect for this project. So let's add both of these on here. And this one. Yeah, I think that looks good. Look how cute this is. I think it is adorable. So here's our little finished shaker envelope, and this is part of my whole set now of little fun shaker envelopes. So I hope you like seeing this video today, and if so, I hope you'll like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.